Namaste. Very welcome, everyone. God may always bless you all. Mila, you want to say something?
Thank you so much. I'm sorry for this strange question, but I feel very strongly that I want to ask it because we have such opportunity to be with a life master. I feel that it would be very nice if you can clarify how I can ask the right question. Because so many questions I have until this Saturday meeting, and so many things which I want to clarify, but I have to, how to say, take only one question, and it should be in a correct way and in the right language. So if you can clarify this, I would be very grateful to you. Thank you.
Let us understand first that why we ask questions. No? So we don't ask questions because we just want to have fun. No, here in Satsang, we ask questions for a fundamental attainment, discovery, clarification, clarity. No, so for that we need to find out that what is most important for me. It could be generally like the most important for me is to know the truth of who I am, to know the truth of life, to know the truth of source, God. No, but in particular, specifically for this meeting, there could be a certain challenge that you are facing, and then you can ask questions connected to it. No? There is a possibility that sometime you don't have any challenges. You are flowing so sweetly and nicely, completely one, like that whatever is being shared, you are not trying to understand as much as you are trying to live it, and then you don't have any problem. No, so that time you may not have any question, and yet a feeling may come inside you that maybe this will be a good question for me and maybe for some others also who at the moment are not able to ask or not present or something like this. So even that feeling can be attained, but before that we need to check, like, is this your question? This is very important. Your means what? Generally questions are not really our questions. They are of the mind has just given them to us with a guesswork that maybe this is what you want to ask. It is you, the one who is asking should evaluate first internally. No? Is this the one I want to ask? No. This same thing can be done through contemplative conversations also between me and you. That you just start somewhere that I'm not certain what I want to ask, but this is what mind is saying right now, and let's see. No, also can be done like this. But your question should be less important. Your answer should be more important. No? Your question should not decide what answer you will get, because that's way you are going to limit too much. No? Like question is like a cup. The size of the cup should not decide what all you would like to contain in it. No, what all you want to contain should decide what size of container you need for it. No, so you should focus more on the answer, that what answer you want, and that should decide what question you should ask. No, and in fact, in that case, you don't need to ask a question. You can just say that this is the answer I want. This is the place where I want to reach. Answer means a solution, isn't it? Then a contemplative conversation can take place between me and you. Then it will include many answers, many questions, but the main answer will always remain same. No? Like there we will try to reach. No? Because these are not question answers of the nature of information or merely knowledge. They are for discovery, dissolution of certain things, resolution at a deeper level of the being also. Do you feel that this is a good answer of your question?
Yes, very beautiful answer. Thank you so much. And I'm very interested in this contemplative conversation with you. Can we try this?
Yes.
Yeah. So I have one topic which I'm very interested in, and I can't understand which way to take. It is about taking care of the body. I've heard a lot of talks and read some books where everybody is speaking about the truth. But it's look like the body is not so important, and nobody, how to say, saying that we should take care because it's something which is, how to say, we don't need because we are going deep inside. And for me, it's such a challenge because we anyway live in this life, and why I should struggle with this body, why can't take care of it. So this is my question. Should I take care of my body or it doesn't matter because we are going deep inside to explore the truth?
Um, it is not a question really you should ask me. It is a question you should ask yourself. And you can do that right now. Like, should I take care of my body? Like, you should ask yourself and you should answer to yourself. Not that you take the answer from somebody else. Because it's a internal questioning. It's an internal answer that you need to get here. Every soul is in a very individual, specific state. In some souls, there is a possibility that they don't feel any interest in anything other than discovering the truth of who they are, of the soul. No? And they may ignore the body completely. And that time it will be okay to ignore the body. Even at the cost of body becoming sick, actually, I have seen some people, they are sick in the physical body, and yet they have such a light emitting out of them. No? So, but it is a rare case, like an exception, we can say. No? But for rest of us, we have to ask, it's not about not taking care of the body, it's just about how much, or for what region also. So I would invite you to ask this question right now, that do I need to take care of my body for discovering the truth of who I am? Check right now. You will get the answer right now.
Uh, Actually, I feel that uh, because I'm really interested to explore myself uh, deep inside, and I feel that my body can uh, disturb me. What I mean is that, for example, when I'm meditating and it is cold outside, I feel this cold and it is distraction for me. Or if it is mosquito there and it bite me and I feel the pain in the body, it distracts me. So
Correct?
I feel I should take care of my body, otherwise it should always be distracting on the way to discovery.
I agree with you actually. So what happens is that even if we impose the idea that no, I should not take care of my body because I'm not the body anyway, meaning anyway I'm going to discover one day that I'm not the body, then what is the point? No? But as long as we have any attachment with the body, which we have always, no? The trouble in the body is trouble for you also, like a call for you to take care. No? So body will keep calling you again and again. Hey, this is happening, what to do? That is happening, what to do? Until you come up with a model within the body which is self-sustainable, which is more kind of harmonious. No? Harmonious basically is self-sustainable existential model at the level of mind or body in this case. No? So what happens is that the body will body's wisdom or the wisdom behind the body will take care of itself more when you have worked on it sufficiently, let's say. Yeah. But for that we need to take care of the body for sure. Like the very attitude that I don't want to take care of the body actually is coming from where? It is coming from the feeling that I just want to be free from the body. Like as if body is something bad. Like a criticism is here. There is a kind of a negative tone is here, no? That is ego, no? That is blindness or some kind of ignorance, no? It's never about whether to take care of the body or not. It's about not running away from the body and not running towards the body also, no? It's about appropriately meeting the body as it is, what it is, and what we are, no? And you are, I feel, meeting in this way. That my body does call me really continuously, so I have to take care of my body. Yes, actually. And this is very simple example. Let's say you are not eating enough food. Then your body will be calling you so much more. Like let's say one day you did not eat well, one day you did not drink water enough. So much of your energy will be caught up in the body only that you will not be able to rest, settle, remain in the being or in the seeing from the being. No? So very correct, I feel. I totally feel that this it matches with my experience also. No? Because forcing is not the way of spiritual sadhana. Forcing cannot be done in the spiritual sadhana. It does not bring any results. No? Understanding only can. No? Because spiritual sadhana or spiritual effort basically comes out of the intention of the soul to discover something higher than what it has right now. No? Whether it is about its own self or about life it has. No? And that cannot be done without intention. So when intention is there, enforcement is not necessary. No? When intention is not there, enforcement is not going to give you that. It is just going to take away what you have. No? Like losing what you have, but not getting what you want. No? So that's why enforcement is never a way spiritual of a spiritual practice or discipline. No? But more understanding. No? So as you will understand, you will see that it makes no sense to fight about these topics. Yes, shall I take care of my body or shall I not? Let me see whatever works for me. Because the focus should be not about whether to take care of the body or not. Focus should be how to focus on myself. And if something comes in the way, one time, two time, three time, find a solution for it. No, if like I give you a very basic, simple understanding of how we should focus on things. Like focus on the truth of who you are. Yeah, because that's what you want to do. That I want to know the truth of who I am. Then be open. Things are going to come in the way. Now things will come in the way. Things means like something inside will come as a distraction. The first rule of thumb is ignore. Then next thing will come, ignore that also. Next thing come, ignore that also. Like keep your focus on yourself. Keep trying to focus on yourself. Keep ignoring what comes in the way. No? But there will be certain patterns noticed by you now. That there are certain things which are like a pattern, like they are just repeating themselves. And that's where you may need to do something. Like, for example, some patterns or some calls are coming from the body continuously, and you will feel that it's genuine actually. Body is not really being conditional about it or egoic about it. It's just a genuine need of the body to take care of the body health and body food and temperature and things like this. No? So this should be that approach I generally feel, that we should not focus about the topic that whether to focus on the body or not. It's about whether to focus, how to focus on ourselves, and whatever comes in the way, how to deal with it in a more positive manner, not fighting with it, but more wisely, how to wisely meeting it. That okay, what can be done about it? Because you are not planning to quickly come to the truth of who you are and quickly become free. You know, if any one of us trying like this is not going to work anyway. This quickly is not the way of the soul, and way of the soul is necessary to discover the soul. That's why the way of the person never works in the direction of discovering the truth of who we are. Because the way of the person is quickly, let's quickly do it. So if you are not quickly, you will understand that no, something if repeating, I have to find a solution for it, not a quick fix. Quick fix in this case is ignoring, not fixing, just ignoring. If you ignore and it start disappearing from your way continuously more and more, then it means that this was enough. If ignoring is not working, then fixing is necessary, but a permanent fix in this case, going to the very root of it, where it is, from where it is coming, and what can I do about it. And in this case, whenever we go to the root of something, some problem that we are facing, while we are focusing on who we are trying to focus, then either we are able to see the root of it, and that very seeing, that very light of our seeing removes that what is in the root of it, which is in the root is always unconsciousness generally, or a right action comes through us, out of us, that okay, I have to take care of the body, for example. I need to do all of this, like it cannot be avoided. No? So this is one, and as far as body is concerned, not physical body is not just one body. You know, you cannot separate physical body from rest of the bodies, because it's not really like this. This is all one thing. Like everything is connected to everything in a way, no? Like this. Like the physical body, for example, has a range of very gross to very subtle. Like very gross, let's say we can say nails are very hard. You know, the blood vessels, the blood cells are so soft and so small, no? You see what I mean? So it has a range, very gross to very subtle, and that very subtle meets another layer of you, which is which is more subtle than this. No? And like this, it is one thing, no? And this one thing called body is required to verify, after recognition of who you are, that what you have recognized is true and correct. No? Like once you have reached to the truth of who you are, in the sense of focusing. Basically, reaching means focusing. That you are able to focus on who you are completely for 1 second, few seconds. And you are not looking at anything, let's say. You are not focusing on any experience or anything. All of your ability, all of your consciousness, attention is consumed in this. You will be able to discover what you are. No? Like there is a truth of myself inside me. No? You will be able to do that. But that need to be verified also after that. Like we need to live that truth of who we are, and we need to continue verifying it while in the body mind. And that time, the more balanced the body mind is, the better. Because this time the focus should be on verifying whether I am physical body or not. Not that how to take care of my physical body. No. You see my point? We should focus on whether my thoughts, processes and thoughts or not. Not that how to solve the inner struggle, fight going on in the mind. No. Or whether I am emotions or not. Not that the emotional struggle that is going on. You see what my point? So in this way, taking care of this whole thing slowly is always a good idea. Because this really awakening is not a very quick fix project. It's a very sincere, committed project. No? So I feel all is connecting to each other very nicely. But I did not want to give you this answer directly that yes, it is good, or no, it is not good. No, there are no such answers in the spirituality that yes or no. There are none. You know? They are more desire of the person. Quickly, just tell me whether I am truth or not, whether I am soul or not. What change will happen through this yes and no? If the focus of spirituality is change, not discussion, not sadhana, not seva, not devotion. They are path, they are tools, they are, opportunities and approaches. No? Isn't it? The focus is change. Is change happening or not? Do you feel that this is good? Please say more if you want.
Yes, it is very beautiful. Thank you for such a clarity. And when you were sharing, everything looks in such a harmony. So I like it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Actually, everything is in a harmony also. Like when you have brought up this topic of harmony, let me just share a little bit that in every heart there is this longing, which is actually a blueprint, a wisdom of God, which is actually in a way trying to guide us that what will be the best course of flowering and actions in this form. Like one thing, like a harmony, like a one thing, like this. So we don't need to be free from misunderstandings that whether to take care of body or not. We don't need to get answers in this way that whether to take care of body or not to take care of the body. We need to be free from disharmony. which is creating a internal flow inside us which is not real and which is not letting us meet the real. Like we are not meeting the physical body, the reality of the physical body. We are not meeting the reality of the breath also, for example, because of that internal flow. No? We just need to be free from this internal flow, this disharmony which is inside, living inside us. And then harmony start coming back. And the harmony guides now. Like what is the best way? Now the harmony will guide us. What is the best way? No? And you are just able to sense very clearly and everything start coming together very nicely also. Like body, mind, thoughts, feeling. They start just coming together in the right way to support the will of the source. No? So it is the will of the source that we will move forward towards God, no? Towards the source, no? To return. But we don't return just like this. No, we return slowly. We flower, we change, we experience also many things. No? And every time, whenever there is a confusion, fundamental confusion, like a sense of suffering or something, it will be opportunity to question who I am, who is suffering, who is confused, who is troubled. And this is going to bring that clarity, that freedom also from this sufferer. No? Yeah. So the fundamental choice is truth or false, harmony or disharmony. This is the fundamental choice for a seeker of truth. No? Seeker of truth is that state of the soul where the soul has come to kind of a mature state. Before that also, when we are living as a person, even there we are choosing disharmony or harmony, no? Meaning relatively. No? But now the soul has become so mature that you want to fundamentally choose now harmony or disharmony, not relatively anymore. No? And for that we will, when we say that fundamentally I want to choose harmony, it means we are saying I choose truth now. Yeah. Like the way of the truth to attain or to experience harmony, not the way of the person, which is a relative way of experiencing harmony. No? Like a relative comfort versus absolute comfort. No? Like a relative happiness versus absolute happiness. Like a relative peace versus absolute peace. No? Like relative relax versus absolute relax in the soul. Do you follow what I'm saying?
Yes, very much. And I feel you shared with me magic key just now because you said when I'm experiencing disturbance, I can check who I am. And I feel it is also the way when in this harmony, I can bring a harmony. Thank you.
You can, totally. Actually, what happens is that there are two possibilities for every soul. Like there is a whole world in a way. There is a whole world in a way, or there is a whole life in a way, which is in support of your decision for harmony. There is another whole world and life which is in support of disharmony. As soon as you choose harmony by questioning who I am, who is suffering, because here the intention matters. Remember, in the spirituality, actions matter less, intention matters more. Why you are doing anything, not what you are doing, and totally not how you are doing it. The how comes at the very end. Like the how is the most outer part, which is mind. What is the heart, and why is the soul? Why we are doing anything? So when you will be questioning who I am for the sake of harmony, you have actually not really entered into a self-inquiry. You have chosen harmony. Now the whole world of the harmony will support you, will pull you into it, no? Like this. It has been experienced by many souls like this. In another way, we can say like this that our past is whatever it was, no? But actually, our future should be God. Our future should be harmony. Our future should be growth, flowering, awakening, coming home. No? You see what I mean? And for that, choosing truth, choosing harmony is the way. Not remaining in the old ways of doing things, no? Living life or looking at life, mainly looking at life. You know, because we continue living in the old, looking at the life in the old way. So even when we want to uh, want to wish for something higher, we still wish something very lower. No? You see my point? It's a very interesting thing to understand that somebody was saying that if we are asked that let's say what is your salary, you will say my salary or my income is x amount, and how much maximum you can earn in this life when you have all the favorable conditions like this, then we will mostly say x into 10, like 10 times, 20 times, 30 times, 40 times, 100 times more maybe maximum. No? Why not unlimited? Because we have a lock in the mind, in the way of looking. We are blocked somehow. Our way of looking is blocked in a way. That's the way of the person. When you want to desire God, would you like to desire God like this? No, you should desire God like freely, no? Like whole of it, not just little bit of it, no? Because desiring God, little bit of it, does not enable us to get to God, get to truth. No, it just keeps us in the limitedness of ourselves. No? So that's why the old way of looking really has to be upgraded. We need to kind of uplift ourselves, give up that old way of looking. Old way of living, however, not really. So urgently required to be updated. Heavy energies can be can be taken care of through Pravata Shuddhi, for example, regular practices, for example, which everybody does. As a normal person also, as a spiritual seeker, we will do more, no? The same thing. Like everybody in one way or the other does some exercise in the morning to just remove that frozenness, isn't it? We have much more frozenness, at, not only in the physical body, so we will do much more about it. But that's similar thing, no? It's not nothing very, you know, is specific in one sense, like a practice or something. Oh, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much, Rajee. Very beautiful talk. Thank you for all question and clarity you give. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Very nice talking to you. Nishant, if you are ready, you can talk.
Rajee, thank you so much. Thank you very much. I had a let's say a question. It's on the same topic as this harmony, harmony that you were mentioning. Yeah. So it seems, Raji, that to live the truth of myself, it is necessary to say let go and also have harmony at a certain level. But before I get there, there are certain things perhaps to be done before that at a grosser level. So maybe I can just ask that. It'll be like a checkpoint that the question is in the right direction. Yeah. So at the level of the body itself, it seems, Raji, that we can do certain things to that will increase the harmony. Like this. See what I meant, for example, is today morning I had an opportunity to, I was at the beach and I had an opportunity to actually go for a swim. Yeah. So I did do that. But it was done in such a way that, that I was very happy that, and feeling very fortunate that this opportunity exists. The water was like very good temperature. It was a beautiful day. And so I went for the swim. Yeah. So while doing that, it was like I don't know how to say it, but um, there was a sense of relax and openness just while doing that. Yeah. So while we swimming, we can't like in a swimming pool just hold on to a side. To rest, you just essentially float on the ocean itself. Yeah. And it was just so beautiful just doing that. Yeah. And it's not really possible without the help of the physical body itself. So there's a lot of appreciation for the body also. They're doing it the right way, giving it some exercise is helping. Yeah. And just the last thing about that point is that, it seems that because I did that, it is now helping me stay here in a better way. The body feels relaxed. It feels like a small celebration also in the body. Yeah, that it's happy, it's done something. It feels like this. So maybe you can comment here before we
Makes
proceed.
sense what you're saying. Yeah, actually, it was always noticed also in me. Also, I found that, uh, like I told you that let's say I'm working on a certain work or project and very difficult work and critical also that it has to be like something urgent and it has to be immediately attended and that problem is affecting like financially the client a lot and even we could not solve it. Like now we have to attend it tomorrow. We are going home now, very late, but still. But somehow there was such a satisfaction felt inside that, like completion felt inside, like this. There are other times where trying to meditate, trying to understand, trying to kind of, watch something, let's say, whatever practice was there that time, and not succeeding, not and then succeeded, and then immediately after that, that feeling comes of celebrating. No? You see what I mean? It's a natural feeling that something significant has been attained. That feeling of celebration comes like you feel like expanding externally. This is what is celebration for me. Expanding externally, like outwardly in the body, mind, word level. That is what is celebration. Not really talking to people or dancing with people or necessarily, or listening to some music or something. It makes sense. It totally makes sense. What happens actually in the absence of this? Let us try to understand. What is the other version of it? Opposite version of it is that our body is troubled continuously in one way or the other. We are ignoring it mainly when we are pursuing some desires or something. Let's say we have a goal in life or something, and we are just running behind those desires and we are ignoring those things. But when we are in the spiritual process, we are much more conscious, then we become much more aware of the needs of the body or calls of the body also. So every time, as if you are trying to focus on who you are, like trying to feel your existence, or trying to be just, let's say, before that, aware of the thought flow, like what is this thought flow, what is going on inside me, thought and feeling, and then there is a crying baby continuously, and this is your own baby. You cannot really ignore it. You can ignore as long as you can, but at some point you feel that now actually the baby is going to hurt itself in some way. Then I have to go and help. And that's why we are continuously going at the body level while we are supposed to remain like this. So this way, I feel, this is important to maintain our body harmony in such a way that when you are sitting in the body and you have decided to meditate, like right now in satsang, your body does not trouble you anymore. And surprisingly, it is not the physical body which troubles us. It is something deeper than the physical body, like the thoughts and feelings. That energy of feeling, you can say. It troubles us actually. Like physical body, let's say, even if it has pain right now. And you can adjust your body in such a way that it feels the minimum pain and support from the chair where you are and everything. It will not trouble really. Like in meditation, we were taught in the beginning, in the beginning of meditation, that you sit in such a posture, ideally without support from the back, like keeping your spine straight, and your spine and the shoulder will become like a hanger, and you hang your body on it now. You know, then your soul can live its truth so easily. But it doesn't happen like this generally. Why? It is not the body complaining really, even when pain is there. It is the mind which is continuously creating something for us, that there is emergency, there is urgency, there is a question, there is a confusion, there is a difficulty, there is a problem, there is a pain, there is a discomfort, that we just get pulled into it. And when you have maintained or attained some harmony of the body, this will be easily highlighted separately. That okay, it is not connected to the body, it is something else. Let me take care of that something else now. No? Like I found in Osho's active meditations, that when we sit after doing lot of movement, like a strong movement of body mind, then those movements are able to shake the body mind in such a way that it doesn't bother us when we sit. And we are much more conscious also by default that time. And that time it was really possible to meditate, meaning not moving and also not unconscious, like unmoving and conscious. This is the whole point where awakening happens, not moving and not unconscious, like still and aware. No? But the point is that you don't need to be aware of something. That you being aware of something is a good practice. But self-discovery cannot happen like this. Awakening cannot happen like this. No, you don't need to be aware of something. You need to be the awareness itself. That's what it means to be still and aware. No? Now you are not aware of something. You are just aware. You see my point? You are just aware. Like your awareness is not turning into attention, not dividing itself into anything, and not focusing on anything. And for that, it is necessary that we kind of come to an agreement with the mind also. No? Because it is the mind which is deciding that this thing which is feeling right now is not nice, or this thing which is feeling is okay, can be ignored. I can continue focusing on myself. This is where the stable understandings of the mind are necessary also. So harmony at the level of mind also, isn't it? So please say more now.
Thank you, Rajee. Actually, that was exactly the point that I wanted to come to next. Harmony at the level of thoughts and emotions. So here also, you mentioned that awareness has turned into attention, and then it has got engaged with something. Yeah. So in some sense, this is relatively easy to resolve because it's very tangible. When we're lost in thought, when we're lost in emotion, we know that yes, this has happened. Yeah, and we can. You've taught us, good tools to counter that. Yes. But now when we've done that, again, occasionally we get pulled into this. And I feel that, that there is the same thing happening at a deeper level, which is not very tangible to us, which is not very, but we're not really conscious of. This I think may be called the belly. The same thing is happening at a belly level. So a detachment, like it's possible to do at the thought and emotional level, it needs to be done at this deeper level also. Let's say a detachment at the belly level also needs to be done. Yeah, can you talk a bit about this?
So it's like this. Like I will start with the basic way, and then kind of, because then it becomes easier for me to kind of connect the dots. No. So the basic thing is that you, the soul, has as if forgotten your original natural way of being. Your natural original way of being is that you never have anything called attention which is caught up in the thoughts. It is always resting in the being. And it is not attention, it is self-awareness. Now as necessary, like as it feels to you from inside, you attend things. You focus on body, you focus on thoughts, you focus on life actions, and you do what you feel is appropriate. which is going to enable you to express your joy of being, which is going to enable you to expand your harmony which you have in the being, no, in the soul, no, like this, which is not like searching for some kind of goals or some happiness out of some desires. No. But when once you have lost that natural state of being, how you are now, how the soul is now, is we are caught up in the mind. Try to understand what is mind in this case. Mind is not thoughts. Mind is a model, is a way of being. A way of being is what is called ego mind or ego. Ego mind is not thoughts and feelings. It is the very way of the soul. Like soul has forgotten its original way of being. Now, when the soul has forgotten its original way of being, it is living in the way of being caught up in things. It is just about what things. Those things are changing, but being caught up does not change. No, remaining caught up does not change. No, like the soul want to remain caught up in one thing or the other because it doesn't know that is there any other way than being caught up. Like continuously doing something, it doesn't know that there is a way of not doing anything also. No? So meditation is basically introducing us to our natural original way of being. Like it's a taste of our original way of being. No? So this is the background. Now coming to the specific question. It is found that there are two levels of this mind in which we are caught up. Two levels where it can be tested. One level is conscious mind, another level is unconscious mind. What we are calling belly is more energy of the unconscious mind. When the soul meets this energy, then that what is experienced is called the unconscious mind. Mind is a creation that happens by the meeting of the soul with this unconscious energy. Conscious mind is also a creation on the fly that happens when the soul meets this conscious energy of the mind. Here, there is no ready-made, nothing ready-made. All depends on your mood also. When your mood is very peaceful, then same conscious mind will produce very different kind of thoughts also. It will be still limited to its capacity, but the flavor, the way will be very different also. That's why the soul has a very fundamental way of meeting the conscious and unconscious mind also. That is the way of the being. That you somehow drop into the truth of who you are more and more and live the purity of your being and then meet the conscious mind. Conscious mind means conscious mind energy. And now this conscious mind energy will start rising from its present potential to a higher potential, like a flower. It will start opening up like a flower, no? Which will be much more in sync and in line with who you are, the soul that you are. It will be serving the soul that is waking up, not the soul who was sleeping. No? This conscious mind, present conscious mind of the person and the unconscious energy or mind, they are serving the soul which was sleeping. Like this. In the similar way, once you feel very confident that you have become very strongly rooted in the truth of who you are, then you will be able to meet the unconscious mind or energy in the belly also. And it will also start transforming accordingly. It does not necessarily mean that everything of it will be transformed. But a freedom will happen through this meeting in relation to who you are. Like a correction will happen in your self-knowing. And you will become more and more clear and free that I am something totally, radically different than everything that is happening inside me, including conscious mind and unconscious mind both. And by the way, conscious mind and unconscious mind is all that we know. Everything that we experience, see, feel, think, analyze, decide, perceive in every way is conscious or unconscious mind only, nothing else. That's why in Zen it is said that everything is mind and everything means everything. In this way. So what do you feel that has it become more clear, and anything else you would like to discuss?
Rajee, so the first part that you said, no? So you mentioned, you talked about the ego mind. I can't recall the exact words, but you mentioned it's like a state, right? So it seems, Rajee, that the ego mind, the state comes because, that the mind in some sense is flexible. But when it gets molded by, let's say, the collective unconsciousness, it becomes the ego mind, yeah?
Yes.
But then
Yes,
we have
yes.
the opportunity. But it seems that there's also possibility that it can be shaped by our, let's say, our awareness. Then it becomes, in a better state,
Yes,
evolves in a better state from this side. Yeah.
correct. There are two things here, two methods or approaches taken. One is the progressive approach, one is the path of awakening. No, I support both actually based on how your inclination is, how you feel, like what works for you. Like focus should be change, focus should be flowering, focus should be growth or awakening, and joy, continuous joy and self-knowing, whatever works for you. So the progressive path is like this, progressive approach is like this, that we try to make our mind more, what we can call sattvic mind, more conscious mind, more mind which supports discovery of truth, not abstractist or not against it. No? So that is the transformation that is done through different processes, practices, to make the mind itself sattvic, not tamasic, not unconscious or conscious, but more beyond conscious and conscious in support to that which is beyond conscious and unconscious, the soul. No? And through some practices also, we try to uh, change our energies also, to make them sattvic also, not conscious or unconscious, but sattvic beyond both. So like a transformation of the mind and of the energy. This is the progressive path. The path of awakening is more that focus on discovering who you are first, and that is going to bring the change anyway. Like that is going to cause the change in the mind, and mind will become more and more sattvic, and the energies will become more and more sattvic also. Like this. I hope this analogy is clear to you, that tamasic, rajas and sattvic, no, like this. Tamas, rajas, sattva. Tamas is like darkness, rajas is like light, sattva is truth, something beyond light and darkness. It's just a way that things are described in life, in spirituality. No? These are the three guna or three qualities a soul experiences inside itself in different ways, different forms. Like when we pray, we are increasing the sattva inside us. That's why prayer is so important. When we meditate, we are falling into that source which is the source of sattva. No? Like this also. Yes, yes. So thank you. I think it's very good.
Very clear, Rajee. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So what I was trying to say is that I support both. You see what works for you, and why don't you do both? No? Why don't you do both? Like focus on the truth of who you are while continue improving your energies, transforming your energy to more initially, if possible, immediately to the sattvic state of energy, if not to more conscious state of energy at least. Sattvic state of energy is, or energies and mind is in service to truth. In service to truth, focusing on truth, for truth. And if not, at least we can make them more conscious. No? Like this. Which is also very good state. So, just wanted to say like. That's why I feel that energetic transformation through sadhana, seva, devotion, whatever works for us, and satsang together is a very beautiful combination. Because the satsang continuously inviting us, enabling us, and highlighting the discovery of who we are. Satsang is not the time for sadhana. Satsang is not the time for sadhana. Satsang is that self-discovery time. No? Like this. Discussions are happening, but the discovery of truth continues as a background thread continuously. No? Living of who we are continues here. No? In such a powerful way that unless we are too absent from here, we cannot avoid noticing something. No? Very powerful. Like you just feel something changed in you for a moment, for the period of satsang. You know what I mean? Like as if we have been brought into a very different dimension of being or something. No? which is the self-consciousness, self-awareness of the being, which is continuously available in satsang all the time. So thank you, it's good.
Thank you again, Rajee. Thank you so much.
Deepa, you want to say something?
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
I want to understand a little bit more about the 5 elements of our body, how they are they connected to spirituality? If yes, then how it helps in, elevation? Because as per my understanding, the air we are breathing, that helps in cleansing. If you cry, water, it helps in washing away emotions. Can you highlight that?
I'm not an expert of this field in this way of elements because they are more connected to, let's say, deeper understanding of yoga and those kind of disciplines. But I can share basic understanding. Like it's like every doctor has basic understanding of something. In the similar way, a spiritual teacher also has a working knowledge of basic and working knowledge of things. No? In that way, I can share with you. Okay. So don't take it like a detailed and exact same way, but just understand the basics. All the elements are basically forming a certain form that we are, no? And it has a basic possibility which is seen in a simple living being like a tree also, but also in a animal also, and in a much more conscious and animated animal also, dynamic animal also, and in a human being also. So the same elements are giving different results. How? Because they have much more possibilities than those which have been utilized yet. No? In the human being, those elements will meet the full realization of full potential. Like the air will just not be air. Now the prana element of the air, like through the air, what is happening is when we breathe in, from where that prana comes. The air comes from outside of the body, but prana also comes so from somewhere. And in the similar way, there are other elements. The meaning of them, the reference of them, the relevance of them, the place of them in the bigger picture of who we are here. So basically, it is all connected to discovering who we are. The more we start discovering who we are, and if we are interested in remaining in the body, connected and happily, then this will cause us to discover the deeper meaning of those things and will enable us to realize the deeper potential of it also. Like you gave very beautiful examples like water, for example, breath also. How about space? Space also is one of the element or not? Where is space? Space is in between the thoughts, in between the speaking words, spoken words, in between the experiences, in between every breath, in between everything. No? So what exactly is space? What exactly is space is lived more when we discover the truth of who we are. No? Like the higher potential of the same space is lived by us. So what happens is that at some point somehow we realize that these 5 elements are not really like what we label as nature. Oh, it's just nature. No, it's something much more than that. Like it is also happening by the will of the same source. Like they are coming together by the will of the same source and forming what I am in my form in the body. So this kind of basic I can share with you. If you feel that something you want to clarify more, which is in my range, not that specific details of elements.
I guess you pointed out that, okay, my understanding about it is in the right direction, that everything is connected and Like you mentioned about the trees, they also take all the five elements into consideration, grow, and we get a fruit out of it. We are eating that fruit. Indirectly, all the five elements are going in our body. So that
So right,
also
actually,
is a very
yeah,
detailed thing which we don't understand, we just consume it.
yes, it is. That's why what we eat also matters in a way, in what different state. No? Like if let's say somebody is eating something very complex, which will require a lot of effort at the level of body to deconstruct it and consume it, then it's going to take so much of energy. And when body doesn't have that energy, and or at least the attention will come from you more. So you will be much more caught up in the body during this time when meditating, for example. So that's why a certain balanced diet was also important. Not that we can do just whatever, we can eat whatever we want to. Balanced exercise also. One interesting thing that I just feel like sharing with you about space is that space is so important that even the atom, the nucleus of the atom requires space, no? For separating the different parts of it. No? And where exactly this whole thing is happening is also the space in which it is happening. No? And Kabir says that mm, the space in the which is in the vessel in this pot and the space outside of the pot is one actually they are not two. Only the form, the walls of the pot are giving the illusion that they are separate from each other. You know? And at some point, I feel we will realize that all these five elements maybe are also something similar. Rest of the four also something similar. No, they are not separated in that way. They are kind of in sync as a whole also, and they are just part of it in me also. No, which by the way is true. About water, for example, it is true or not? About earth also, earth element, it is true or not? So it makes sense. Thank you. I just don't want to give you definitive answers because I don't have sufficient, knowledge of specific topics about it. No, I just know the fundamentals. No,
But I got my answers. Thank you.
thank you, thank you. I can only help you in understanding things fundamentally. My expression will not be able to help you define things better. No?
It's like there's so much to, understand, so much to see that you feel that I know nothing about
True,
things. It's like everything is new, everything is new.
but it doesn't look like a problem to you. Looking at your face, you look like happy. No,
Yes, because earlier I was living in a very conditional, limited, compartmentalized kind of a life. Now I'm like, so much to learn, so much to explore. You don't need to get bored at all because because every moment is teaching you so many things. Even a simple conversation with anyone can tell you so much about yourself in a way that which never you used to realize or see before. So yes,
so true,
yes.
so true, so true. Uh, it is true. Yeah, go ahead.
It's like magic.
It is magic actually. We are breathing in and out of this magic called the source of life.
I wonder, why do we, limit ourselves? We humans are such a great creation, and
Yeah.
it's like everybody should know this, that we are capable of so much, so much. And just because a few people who weren't capable of realizing themselves made certain conditions and we feel this is the truth. But no, it's all created. It's all it's all a mess to
Yeah, yeah.
actually
Some spiritual teachers and philosophers have said something like this, that actually everything that we have been told is false. They say like this, and in a way they are right actually. No? Because where you are entering now is the reality of life. Reality of life has a door. That door is called yourself, your own being. No? That your being is the door to enter into the reality of life again. No? Everybody, I think, has this kind of sense that this reality is not really where I'm penetrating by looking at it, feeling, smelling a flower. Is not really I'm able to penetrate deeply. I want to go deeper than that, and we are just not finding the right way. That right way is our own self, our own being. So that's why coming to the truth of who we are is not end of anything really. It is actually the real beginning. It's like a real beginning of life, coming back to life out of the dreaming, including collective dreaming. And I can totally correlate with this excitement that you are living right now. That how exciting it is. Like it is so exciting that you don't feel like even expressing excitement on through your face, and you're so quiet and blissful all the time. No? Like, oh, so amazing it is. It's like when you are looking at a tree, you are deeply able to live it. No, a flower, anything else, you are able to live deeply. Versus the old version is where our mind is continuously saying, "Oh, a tree," then you are living the tree. "Oh, a flower," then you are living the flower, and you now feel why there was this kind of chattering going on inside me. What was the point of it actually? No, no, the point was not really that chattering of the mind is necessary to experience anything in life. It was necessary to remain in the dream. Because if the chattering ends, the dream disappears. No? You cannot remain in the dream. No? That's why getting out of mind is essential to wake up. No? It's not optional really. Because the chattering of the mind is keeping us in a kind of a version of reality. So thank you, thank you. I think it's good. Anything else?
thank you. It's like whatever you feel like expressing, that is not enough. So yeah, I just want to thank you for holding my hand when it was much needed.
Thank you. Um, Thank you that you feel that way. Uh, I'm really supporting in a way the living of the truth. And because you are interested in living of the truth, you are feeling my support to be a hand which is holding you. No, I feel like this.
It's like when it all started back in 2019, I had a conversation with you. But then I guess, yes, do you
Ah.
remember that? Yes, and it was like
Meaning, I
at
remember
that,
that we had a conversation, but I don't remember what we discussed.
yes. So at that point of time, you used to have one-on-one sessions. And now I feel that that was such a great opportunity. I was so much into my thoughts that I didn't even realize it back then. And now, 2 years back, when I started listening to you again, initially it wasn't it was like, okay, a humpy road. But now it feels like if you wouldn't have been there, my guru wouldn't have been there, then I would have been still lost because I have done a lot of things. I have done a lot of, you know, things that I can't even say. So
Actually, it's just your appreciation coming out of this joy of living the truth and continuously growing and flowering. No? Yeah. Because from my point of view, why would I not be there? Where I would be if I'm not. We are all always at the right time, right place, by the way. We just need to learn to be there where we are. Yeah, this is the point. To utilize fully what we are given. No? You just utilized well. No? That's why you are happy. No?
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I clearly feel that me and you are not really two independent people can decide whatever we want, especially in the spirituality. It is more two ends, two parts or two characters of the same script, no? Guided by the same director and intuitively brought to the scene again and again. No? It's like this.
But it also reminds me of that doha, Guru Govindo ko khade kake lage paaye. Bale hari Guru aapne Govindiyo bataye.
Thank you, thank you. It is Kabir's Doha, which means that Guru and God is standing uh, uh, in front of me, and whose feet I should touch first. And then he says that I touch the feet of my Guru, who showed me God, who introduced me to God. I also fully agree to this for my Guru. Because God is something just somewhere, like now knowing God, you know that it is impossible to reach to God. Impossible, like just simply impossible. That's where the Guru, oh my God, like I feel also, no? Like, oh my God, my Guru has introduced me like this in such a effortless way. I fully agree with you about this point. Thank you. Thanks to my Guru for this. Your appreciation in this way is showing that you are getting something real. This real is so powerful that somehow everything inside you start becoming harmonious slowly by itself. You don't have to fix things so much. You just have to bring the harmony. Just one single thing we have to do. And that harmony will take care of everything now. No? Because basically the problems created by disharmony cannot be solved by doing things through disharmony. No? It is going to introduce more and more new problems. So it will look like solving the problem, but still old problems are solved, new are introduced, like side effects. The way of existence is much more like naturopathy, I will say. Like naturopathy, like no side effects. It doesn't try to fix problems. It tries to just bring the harmony, in which problems are not found or they just simply disappear. Like the potential of everything is shining more and more. Like a flowering of every seed happens here, no? Meaning flowering of all that which is meant for you, not the distractions, thoughts, those kind of tendencies or desires or anything. No, only what meant for you. You know what I mean? Like which is directly guided from from our longing. No? Like this. So just come get one thing, harmony, and you're done with everything. And that's what basically people realized, I feel, in the past, that they had value for satsang. Because for satsang is basically giving back, bringing us back to that harmony of the soul. No? Not it is trying to solve things. No? not primarily. Secondarily, yes, contemplative conversations are happening, confusions are being removed, but we are being brought to that harmonious vibration, where it doesn't look like slow, or fast. It doesn't look like too hot, or doesn't look like too cold, doesn't look like too bright, or doesn't look like too dark. Like it's just appropriate. You see what I mean? Thank you. It's very good.
Thank you.
I feel in this type of meetings and coming to the harmony together, the very source of life is feeling so blessed, feeling so compassionate and loving towards us and sharing his blessings on us also. Feeling so happy, also. Because ultimately, God is our truth. We are not really something separate. Like we are made of 5 elements. And what 5 elements are made of? That is God. Like this 5 elements are made of God. Like this we are made of God. In this way. And not only 5 elements, but our consciousness also. Our ability to analyze, to look, to our wisdom also. Our own self also, our own existence also. What it is made of, what myself, what this I am made of. That is God right here, right now, in every one of us. If you want to taste God, taste your own being right now. Right here, right now. Just don't take any of your individual tendencies like greed, fear, no? Like just don't take selfishness, because that's why selfishness has to be given up through paramarth, through seva also in the initial times. No? Because when we will meet truth, you may make a mistake of trying to hold on to it. Then you will immediately lose it. No? Nobody can hold on to truth like this. No? You see my point? We need to approach it in the correct state of being also. No? Through selflessness, with folded hands, no? Through devotion, we approach God inside us, and then God doesn't run away anywhere. Meaning God never runs away anywhere. It's just that we fall back into that ego again, where we stop experiencing that which is here always. No? Which is here always, which is in our own being, which is the soul of our own soul, no? Which is the soul of our own soul. Like what the soul is made of, that is supreme soul. No? Like this, everything is made of soul, or everything is made of supreme soul in this case. No? Like this, it's a practical, experiential realization. Thank you. God bless you. It's very, very nice. Uma, you want to say something?
Thank you so much for this beautiful sharing. Thank you so much. I want to explore balance. I want to know more about it from you. The reason, can I explain it? Because while dealing with practical life, I noticed one thing, that what is my main effort here? And my main effort is balancing every aspect of my practical life. So I feel very interested in to know it more.
Yes, yes. Very good topic actually. It is like this. The balance really is more connected to the doer of the actions than the practice of those actions. No? Generally, we feel that if I repeatedly do some actions, I can do them in the balanced way. And yes, we can, and we are able to. But if we are talking about the bigger picture of life as a whole, fundamentally, if we want to keep our life and actions in balance, our actions in balance. Let's take one thing at a time. So if we want to keep our actions in balance as a whole, then the actor, the doer of the actions need to be in balance. This is the key. Rather than trying to balance the actions. Like it must invest more in the state of the doer than the training of the doings. However, training of the doing is also necessary. But that should be given secondary priority in this case if the doer want to keep the doings in balance always. Because doing has to be understood really. Doing is like a response from a individual soul point of view. Like individual soul is a point from where the one soul of life is responding to the flow of life head as it is, which includes the responses or expressions of other souls also. So now, if this soul want to keep its actions, which are its expressions also, in balance, it has to keep its focus or connectedness with itself, not with what others are doing. You see the point? Because this life has been designed in such a way that everyone is given freedom to express themselves from their own soul. And that expression is only going to add to the overall harmony of life, not going to introduce disharmony. Disharmony only comes when we express from the place of ego, person. So we are not supposed to really follow others in one sense, and yet our actions and responsibility will gel well with them in a nice way, without disturbing or cancelling their actions. That's what makes this life a beautiful dance together, a divine play together also. So the action is balanced by balancing the doer that we are. How to balance the doer that we are? That is, like 2 points are here in about the balance of the doer. One is the middle point. Middle point is what is understood through the traditional approach is na rag na dvesh, meaning neither attachment nor detachment. So that gives us middle point to the doer. That the doer is not too attached to any action it is doing. It is totally justifying that action in the moment and then leaving it once that action is gone. Now it is focusing on the next moment, next action. So neither this doer had too much attachment to the previous action, nor it has, because of that, any detachment or trying to run away, repulsion from this present action. It is justifying and giving justice to this moment also, this action also. So this is one point in the middle. This keeps us in a neutral state where we are neither overly holding on to certain tasks or certain actions as they are better, good actions or something. Some other, no, I don't want to do this. Which is coming mainly from the egoic conditioning initially. I am not suggesting that we should do anything and everything now. No, that mind is always there, which is filtering out that what is right for me to do and what is not right for me to do. I am talking about how we feel about something when we do it only. So that feel is filtered out. Now you're not feeling good or bad. You're not feeling happy or unhappy anymore. So this is what is neutral state of the doer. This is first point of balance in bringing balance in the action. Now this point, basically what it does is that the doer is too much attached, like too much spending itself or involving itself in the doings. However, generally it is found that later on that it is the body mind doing things, not the doer doing it. Doer is more giving direction to the doings. So that this balance, this middle point, makes the doer much more free from the doings. When the doer becomes much more free from the doings, it starts feeling its own existence, and it starts sensing the higher potential and possibilities of life also, which could be that one direction is that it can improve its actions in a way, elevate its action to a higher possibility, like creativity rather than just routine work, or something higher, maybe, in practical life, maybe. Or it can start sensing its own existence also. So this connecting and sensing its own existence is the second part of my answer, from where the balance continues coming now. Once we start remaining connected to ourselves, what I'm calling heart, then our actions are more and more balanced now. Like naturally, without thinking or without depending on the conditioned wisdom, conditional wisdom, we are able to sense that I am doing too much. I am leaning on one side too much. We are able to sense that, and then we don't do that, and we just come back. Like this little bit, and then again, like this little bit, and then again. This is one of the very important example in the ancient spirituality also, that like a sadhak is like a seeker is like a tight rope walker, like walking on a tight rope, like sometimes leaning a little bit like this, then coming back, like this. This is what is balance. No? Balance means remain on the rope, don't fall. That's the balance or not? But because we don't see the rope, we don't see the fall, we don't see the cost of fall right now, that we keep falling. No? But now that you are more awake and you are able to sense that falling is too costly, and I don't want to fall, I want to remain on the rope. What is the rope? This movement is the rope. No? Don't fall out of this movement. No? Anywhere. Anywhere is that other state. No? Remain here. But normally here, not like, not like this. That makes no sense. No? To remain here, the doer has to remain present in a neutral, balanced way. No? Does it answer what you were asking for?
Yes, you answered very well, but I have some more things to check.
Go ahead.
It is also related to this balance, that if I can know some checkpoints, like when my doings are in balance, then I feel some effortlessness in the doing, not like tightness and force or like something. I feel this effortlessly I'm doing, and I feel lightness inside, and harmony also remains. Is it right understanding?
Yes, it is. So, our actions that we do in the day may sometime cause tiredness in the body if we are using too much physical activity, may cause tiredness in the mind also if we are using thinking process too much. But it will not give us the feeling that we are drained, like energy drainage is not felt actually, if we are doing it in the right state. We don't feel drained, we feel more rejuvenated by everything that we do. Like we feel more energy, we have more energy after that. No? So this is also a kind of a sign of it in a way. Like we don't feel, oh my God, I did so much work. No. That's because we are just bouncing from one side to another, like a pendulum, like a football or something. No, we are not remaining here. No? When we are remaining here, then we generate energy. We don't drain energy. No? You see. After work, we will be, let's say, in ideal situation like this, after work, we will be thinking where to go now, what to play today, how to rejuvenate myself in addition, like in a different way now. So your understanding seems correct.
Also, one thing I feel that when I am spending my energy to just balancing at the ego level, like at this outer level, then I don't feel joy. I feel opposite of it. And when I am doing my action from this neutral place which you mentioned, then I am very much full of energy, and joy also comes, like in the sense that I feel complete in the actions. I don't feel like something is still incomplete. It is like this.
Yes, yes, it is true. Like there is a certain depth of our being which has been discovered by us at the moment. Like we are aware of ourselves, of that depth of our being. So that depth of our being has to be included, you know, at the time when we are doing something. If it is not included, that will remain secluded in a way and will have a different feeling about it, like this. Can I just try to present my case differently, like something differently about the same thing? Like it is, there is a fundamental understanding that for a seeker of truth, sadhana, seva, and devotion, bhakti. No, these three things are necessary. Sadhana, we know, sadhana means effort. Seva means selfless service, and devotion is devotion to truth, to God. No. So what happens is that in this example, in this context where we are right now, your effort of doing things in a balanced manner is sadhana. But if you continue doing things in a balanced manner, it will take you to seva also. Meaning, at some point, that selfishness which is default in the ego state will have to be highlighted, and has to be given up. You see what I mean? Like more of energy required now, more of you is required now to keep yourself in the balance, because some of you still left to remain in that old way of being, which is imbalanced way of being. And that is where the selfishness of ego is hiding, no? And this is highlighted here. So now just remaining balanced in a balanced manner, doing everything in the balanced manner, highlights or serves now the effort, now the sadhana is serving as seva also. As selfless service also, What is selfless service? Anything we do without attending or supporting or serving that selfishness inside us. Even in that moment, when you don't have selfishness, what you are doing is a selfless service, no? Or not? Even if it is for your so-called life of a person, of an individual, no? Even that becomes selfless service. And at some point, it will take you to that place of being of your own soul also, where you will feel that even now there is some imbalance left in me. That imbalance is like a separation, not separation, but opposition of the source, of the Supreme Soul. And once you will accept the essence of your soul, you will come in alignment with the Supreme Soul. This is what is devotion. No? You see my point? So even your effort of keeping things in balance and doing things in balance can serve all these three pillars of important pillars for a seeker. No? Thank you. I just wanted to add this a little bit here, that we can, when we look at things from a different point of view, then sometimes things become much more easily visible or clear to us. No? Yeah.
Thank you so much. You explained very beautifully, and it is very helpful to me.
Good. Thank you. Very nice talking to you. Thank you.
Hello, Rajee.
Hello, Miriam.
I would like to take your invitation to see things from a different way and maybe make it more clear. I would like to check the theory of, is here, being here, could home be another word for it? The theory is that before I came to Satsang, I had a practical home, a physical home address, where my body was nourished, rest. I watched Netflix, like the body rested. And since coming to Satsang, I feel a new home was introduced here. I feel it's, when we give it a name, I would call it home of the soul, like where the soul relaxes. And also what I felt is what happened earlier quite often, that I went from this home, this satsang, home to the practical home, and I lost this soul home. And I came back and forth and back and forth. And now what I feel is happening more and more, that this practical home, this body home, and this soul home, / here, is coming more and more together, I feel. And together in the sense of, I don't feel it's a equal merger. In a way, I feel it that the soul is the main stakeholder in this. Like that but the body is nicely falling in place through the tools and through the nourishment, what now the body also gets through the soul home, through satsang, I feel. I would very much love to explore this more, if you feel like.
It's already very beautiful what you are saying. This is where we have to ultimately reach through spiritual path, no? Not that we are trying to reach to the home of the body, but we are trying to reach to the home of the soul, no? And home of the soul is this here, what you are calling here. This here is not really a place, it's not a time or moment in time. It is not. It's something else. It is that magic that we all are. It is that miracle that we all are. We are a combination of two things, body and the soul, no? And once you discover the soul or the home of the soul, this home of the soul is not in the body anyway. So it doesn't matter whether your body is at home right now or in the market. Your soul can remain in home even when in the market, in the office, in anywhere, no? And which does happen, by the way, also. So what happens is that somehow we need to understand one thing, one additional thing here. That additional thing is that what is the doer, thinker, decision maker here in this case? That is not really a person somewhere. It is the soul itself, no? When not knowing its truth, then believing that I am a doer, thinker, decision maker only and nothing else. But after realizing the home or realizing the truth of the soul, it will still continue doing some things, no? In the practical life. That time, those doings, thinkings, decision makings will kind of divide the attention or the consciousness of the soul from the home to the body. Like it will be divided between the home and the body, meaning the activity of the body, including in the market or at home, or living the home of the soul. So that division is natural, but the soul finds it quite struggle. Sometimes soul finds it a little bit of a struggle. That sometimes when soul is in the marketplace for the body, and soul feels whole of myself want to be in the home of the soul, which is not going to be possible anyway. Soul will become slowly more practical here. That right now the same attention which I am giving, I need to give to the body, and through that to the activities, cannot be given to the home of my soul. So let me be happy with as much attention resides in my home, in my soul, like this. So this is like a practicality. It will become clear at some point. What do you feel?
Very much, Rajee. I feel very much the practicality that if I'm working from home in a way, then anyway, how much I'm doing, I still know the way home. I still know at the end of the day when I log out, then I know where it is. And earlier I felt I didn't know so much where it is because I didn't feel ever fully relaxed. And now I feel, now I can deal much better with any unrelaxed state, let's say, in practical life, because I feel I know the way home. I have this address, I have this knowledge.
Yeah. Yes. There are many different kind of stories also in the practical life, in the spiritual life also. Similarly, one of the stories that one great writer has written that I was in Japan and meeting one Zen monk, Zen master, and we were having chai somewhere in a restaurant, and then earthquake happened. Everybody was running so that they can go out of the restaurant, and I found my friend, the Zen master. He closed his eyes, and somehow I did not feel like leaving me alone, so I also stayed. And when that earthquake passed, and I checked with him, why you were not running out of this restaurant so that you could be safe. He said, I just was running in. They were running out because I found this in to be more safe for me than out. Like this, he said. I don't mean that we will do like this necessarily everybody, but this is one of the examples of somebody who has discovered their home so clearly that even the physical disturbances cannot cause them to go out so much sometime. You know what I mean? They may just still feel like, okay, I'm still much more safer here. Because this place of being is such a clear knowing of our eternal nature. This home is also a clear knowing that I am eternal. And that body is not. Body is temporary. Our trouble when we are living the ego is double trouble. First, that we don't know that we are eternal, and secondly, we believe that our body is forever. Body is not forever. Like if you need to do something about the body, you should do something today. Today means like take care of the body, health or anything. You know what I mean? Not like, okay, I can take care of it after 6 months or 6 years or something, because time is ticking as far as physical body is concerned. So this is the thing.
Rajee, I feel very much the same, that like in this picture we were just talking about, it could feel like that, oh, now I don't have, because I don't care about the body anymore, because now the soul is my home. But I feel very much the opposite is happening, in the sense that because what you just said, things become much more clear and factual, and okay, this is how it is, so let's deal with it. So I feel there is, in my case, much more responsibility coming towards the body, towards the well-being of the body, than I had before when I was living in the body home. Let's call it this way. I feel this is very surprising on paper, but not surprising at all when experienced. I feel.
Yeah. Yes. It's not necessarily going to happen same for everybody, but it's not going to necessarily be same for everybody. But generally, this is how it feels. Like as if ego is that state which is limiting us in every way, and our soul is that state which is enabling us in every way. It's like the choice between these two is like this. It's not really about whether we want to live life deeply and better, or whether we want to know the truth of who we are. It's not about that really. That's why I heard some people, including some of close friend or family member, that to them spirituality used to look like a escape from life, and I feel that they were not wrong actually, because so many people who are using spirituality like a escape from life, Escape from life means escape from meeting the realization that they are not living the reality yet, that they are not living the truth of who they are yet. No, meaning they are using it to remain in the dream rather than waking up. No? So anything can be used to live in the dream, but spirituality, I feel, should not be used to live in the dream of person. Because that is such a wastage of opportunity. That process or that path which is designed specifically for awakening of the soul, if used for sleep, remaining in the sleep, is such a wastage. No, like this.
Actually, I feel another side effect of changing home addresses is also that I didn't feel that, like in spirituality, there is also the topic of letting go. We have to let go of certain things. I don't feel I let go in that way. I feel it's more like I was not interested in it, and then it disappeared, but it didn't feel like a let go, like, because anyway, I'm not whatever. So I also feel this very naturally happened very nicely and very supportedly, that I didn't have any feeling of that I lost something due to the change of home address.
This could be seen like an example here that, let's say, in this room where we have enough light right now, we can see everything clearly as it is. No? Meaning we are talking about physical perception and analysis of it through the mind. But let's say now there is a darkness in this room. Then you cannot really know where is what. Then what will happen? The same mind which analyzes the sensory reports will try to come to the closest guess based on the past understandings of rooms or this room particularly. No? And our senses also, touch, feel, will also try to guess as much as it can based on, again, the past. No? You see? So this is the thing. All of our fears in the spirituality of letting go or many things like this are just connected to not seeing things as they are. We do not need to really either let go of anything or hold on to something specific. There could be path, there could be an approach on a specific spiritual path, but fundamentally we need to turn on the light, we need to see things in the light. That's all we need to do really. And from where this light will come is the question. And when we are ready to bring in the light also. No? And that's what is happening in your case, that just light is coming in. Light is coming in you from two sides, I notice. One from Satsang, one from your own home, which you have discovered now. No? And this light is just not letting any confusion remain in you. Confusion means what? Uncertainty, no? What is confusion? Is it not uncertainty? But we are so used to of living in uncertainty. It's such a surprising thing for me, really. It always was, not just now. Like, how can you live in uncertainty about any knowledge? Either you know clearly that you know it, or you don't know that you don't know. You know that you don't know it. Yeah? Don't live in the middle, no? Or even in the middle, like, I don't know, I'm not certain. But you should be certain that you are not certain, no? I always feel like this now also. You see? So this uncertain is that fogginess that we have accepted as our default natural way of being, and obviously we are going to bump into the walls and will not find the door and will believe that there are ghosts in this room and will be afraid of them, and then somebody will say let go, and we will, oh my God, I have to even let go now when already there are so many fears. In this example of the dark room full of darkness of the ego state, what is contemplation? Contemplation is quietly sitting in this room, not moving anywhere, not trying to touch or feel or guess anything. Just this much. Like what I have been doing really, where I have been caught up. Like realizing that exactly I am really in a room which is full of darkness. No? Like in one of the Bruce Lee movies, it happened that the enemy trapped him in a small shell. And rather than trying to, uh, push the doors or anything, he was just quietly sitting on the floor for quite some time, just sitting, just sitting, just sitting, just sitting. Very peaceful, very quiet. And then some feeling came, and he was just out of this cell. No? You see what I mean? So in this dark room, contemplation in this way is like coming back to the reality that I am trapped in a dark room. No? What is just seeing here? Just seeing, which I say, just seeing. Just seeing is like we all have some light inside the seer, not in the room. If you, the seer, become still, that light will start coming out of you into the room. And it will illuminate the room so you can clearly see what is what. This is just seeing. What is just sitting or being? Is that forget about the room, the fears and everything. Just sense, feel who you are. Don't do anything with the room. Just live who you are, what you are right now. Difficult, obviously, when we are caught up in the sense of dream, sense of fear and everything. But and just to give you the clear picture of what is this just sitting. You see? So we are good. Thank you.
Yeah, very good, Rajee. Thank you so much for this
I'm very
beautiful
happy.
exploration.
That we are able to talk directly now things, rather than going, in the spirals about talks. So that's very good. Thank you. Actually, whenever you are interested in truth, really, then our conversations are going to become so much more simplified and immediate. No? Like in these meetings, every one of you is very, very cordially invited. I'm inviting from my heart, from my being to all of you, to be immediately joyful as soon as you enter in this room of Satsang. Immediately joyful, because this room is full of joy all the time. It is full of light also, light of truth also. No? So immediately also you are invited to be immediately full of light of truth also. And then conversations and everything can also will continue happening. So allow yourself to leave your believed in darkness when you are here. Because here there is no possibility of experiencing any darkness when you are in Satsang, actually. Except if you keep holding on to it. Then it means you will not enter in this room, in this space of Satsang which is full of light. Yeah. So thank you.
Hello, Rajee. In the starting of the meeting, you talked about the journey of the soul or the flowering of the soul. And I just want to clarify one thing for me, because I already understood something during the talk continued after this, but I have a feeling that when life is nicely going and you do your sadhana, you do your meditation, you can be even trapped in the idea that you are coming to this place. And I feel from my personal last year, I got many hits which really let me struggle very, very much. And after this, it's still going on, but I feel that something is different than before, because this coziness of the life is still there, but not so much that I can pretend. And now I understood, I just want to clarify, I understood some markers where I can see that I'm in the right thing, that what I got now is that to feel this harmony or the balance, that you have a feeling for it. But even there, sometimes I think you can make the idea you do, and that you can even make the idea, I'm in one place, and now I feel different now. So maybe you can a little bit clarify about it.
Actually, it's a very fundamental um, challenge in the spirituality. It's not really something related to you or any particular person. It's about everybody else. Like the thing is that we are in a dream. We are the soul and truth always, but we are not knowing it. We are not living it. And the thing is that we are not even aware that we are in a dream. You know, if we can become that aware that I am in a dream, we will be out of it anyway. So in that state, it is really very possible and likely that we will get confused. I am just very happy that you are able to at least notice it now, that it's very likely that I will get confused, or I will take that certain state or process to be doing it in the right way, while actually I will not be doing it in the right way. It is very true actually. So like what I found is that our sadhana should not be like a fiery sadhana. It should be that the sadhak, the doer, sadhika, that the one who is doing it should become like fire. Then only I found we have a assurance, guarantee that we are not on the wrong path. You know, because what is the wrong path? The wrong path is like this. That if we take the example of dream to be made of ice, snow, ice together. Some of the ice is so old that and so solid that it just doesn't happen, whatever fire you bring in. Then your sadhana, the sadhana that you do, still will melt, but it will just melt some snow, not ice. So the basis, the foundation of ego remains same exactly. It can produce as much ice as necessary, no? As much snow as necessary out of it, no? And it can convert also. Everything that touches it, it can convert it into ice also. So that base has not changed. In that case, sadhana will look like a lot of melting happening, but no fundamental change happens. No? Like for example, my approach for me was also like this. Like I had to carry some fundamental keys, no, because of the lack of a teacher, direct guidance of a teacher. So I had to take that. One of them was that, is my fundamental way of looking at life changed? Has it changed or not? If it has not changed, then no fundamental change has happened in me, no? Like this. So you are very, very right, and the answer of this challenge is not so easy really. So far what I found is the direct touch of satsang, of truth. Alone I feel can be a assurance in a way, a security in a way. So what will happen is that you do your sadhana, but don't do it for a long time. Like do it and then come to satsang. And it will kind of verify in some way, will highlight certain things. And you will just, by being in satsang and remaining open, it will kind of guide you internally that where you are going right and where you are going wrong. And also you can talk to me, for example, in this case, and that can also bring a lot of light in your own being, and you start, like your wisdom start waking up basically of the soul. Because generally, our wisdom of the soul is not awake, we are depending on the wisdom of mind. Wisdom of mind actually is the wisdom of the past. No? Wisdom of the past is the wisdom of the ego. And you want to be free from ego, and now you have to use the wisdom of ego for being free from ego. Do you think it can be really useful? No, it will not be. You need a different kind of wisdom for it. The wisdom of ego will support you in remaining in the ego, not getting out of it. No? So it will give you all the options, but so that you can just remain here. You see my point? So your understanding is very correct, and I'm very happy that you are sensing it. So I really cannot give you any other answer than the support of satsang, support of truth is necessary here. That's why sadhana and satsang in the combination is a option. Not just you keep doing sadhana on your own, or you just keep sitting in satsang and do nothing. Also, then not okay. Because generally speaking, that initially we are not able to see how much we are asleep. Like even to be in satsang, we can have some checkpoints. Like if you are in satsang right now, are you feeling distracted? Like here, there, where? You know, this question, that feeling, this. If you are not feeling, you are quite here, no? So that's very good, no? Are you feeling dull or alive? I'm just giving you some checkpoints. If you're feeling dull, yeah, it's okay. It's not for me today. No. Then, no. Then we are in that dream, not in satsang, no? If you are feeling very alive, like so alive that you don't feel like slouching, like I can just relax. No, you're like, oh wow, what is this? So feeling dull or alive? Feeling happy after that or unhappy? Happy means joyful or like if you are feeling joyful in satsang continuously, then you are for sure attending satsang. Because as I said, this satsang is full of the joy of being. It is full of the light of being also. Immediately, all of you are very cordially invited to immediately plug into it and live it. If you are not able to live it, it means you are living something else while here. That something else is inside the ego, no? That loop of the ego, no? So you came here to get out of that loop, but while you remain here in that same loop, even we are making that same mistake here also, like this. So satsang can be so powerful even if we don't ask a question. But if we correctly sit here, we need to understand correctly sitting in satsang also. No? Just sitting in satsang is not enough. There are few gates that we have to cross. No? Like in satsang, something starts opening up in you, like it starts flowering in you, like this. And it is so joyful that somehow you don't feel like asking questions so much, or even if you ask, they are just coming from that more, not that they are coming from some restlessness. So basically restlessness versus joyfulness. You can monitor these 2 points here in satsang. In your life also. Like in your life, in your sadhana, are you talking, thinking, acting from restlessness or from joyfulness? Or supporting also, like this. To this all, I could say. I hope that it will help you.
Yeah, I find it, sorry, very helpful. Yeah. And also I want to clarify just sometimes you have anything in your life and it is colored in a special color, and when you feel more connected to you after doing meditation or yoga, then the color is different and it's not so heavy and loaded and complicated. So this is also it's also a sign that it's aligned in more the wrong way and not in this mind way.
Yeah. Yes. Because anything present inside us or in life is actually not a problem for the soul. It is a problem only for the person, the ego that we are. It can be a limitation. It can be a limitation in the sense that energies are in the limited state and they can be much more opened into a flowering. But it doesn't mean that they are actually a problem or a threat or a cause of problem for the soul. That soul cannot live its beauty, its truth. No? That mainly is because of our outlook towards how life is and how my energies are. No? Like your body and your breath right now is as innocent as your soul, pure soul is. No? It was always as innocent and pure. Now everything else except this physical body and the breath and you, the pure soul, everything else is either the mind itself, ego itself, or its friends and family. Right now. And you need to understand this. No? Like its supporters. Like is there a thought in you which is not egoic, a feeling in you which is not egoic? You will be surprised that the answer is no. So any thought and feeling you use to look at life, it is that you are putting on a glass. glasses, no? Colored glasses. Your perception will be colored now. And all these thoughts and feelings stand a chance because you, the soul, has forgotten yourself. That I am independent. Independent in the sense that I don't need the body, mind and energy. It's my play. No. Body, mind, energy, life is play of the soul, not the need of the soul. No. This you need to remember through meditation. Is good, no? Yeah, so good. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. Anna, you want to say something?
Thank you, Ji. Sorry, I don't have my headphones, but just this is bursting out of me since the time you were speaking with Uma, because it's really a message of gratitude from my heart to your heart. Many times I've told you I always had peace, but joy was eluding me. And then when you spoke about at the Osho commune how people never needed a break, and in my whole adult life, I've never needed a holiday or a break. I used to wonder what is everyone like. I need a break. I have to go for a meal out or a movie or whatever it. I never ever needed a break. So then I said, what is that if not joy? And then you spoke about sadhana, seva, and bhakti. And I've lived a life of sadhana, seva, and bhakti without realizing that also. Thank you, Ji. I'm doing all these things without being a spiritual seeker, but it just has happened naturally. And again, like in the last meeting, I'm just feeling so privileged, so privileged. And one more thing I want to add, I think it happened from when Deepa said that I wish everyone would have this. And you know, at the end of some of your meditations, you said that just give it to the whole world and all that. And I always feel like I wish everyone could have this. And then I'm so grateful to those who are available, including me. You know that now at the moment I'm doing complete like intense sadhana, bhakti and seva for my mother, because she's in a condition where most people would think it's terrible suffering for her and it's terrible suffering for me, but it's not, because for me it's just such a gift that someone is so available for receiving. And for her it's such a gift that she has me who just gets joy from giving. Just it I mean, I wish everyone could understand this joy that comes from giving and receiving. Thank you, Ji, so much.
Very beautiful. Very. I'm feeling very touched by your expressions and lived them very deeply, beautifully. Thank you. Very appreciate this. Thank you. Because once you start tasting this seva, no, this selfless act, the taste of selfishness looks so gaudy, gaudy like, what is this? You see what I mean? Once you start tasting devotion, bhakti, any sense of self or its acts or its experiences, even if something very pure like selfless act, even that looks so gaudy, so heavy. One thing I want to tell you that yes, you have been doing this sadhana, seva and bhakti, devotion in your life, and you have been living in this joy also of undividedness from your soul, no? Yes, it is true. But I wonder why you have been coming to satsang then, or why in the first place you came here. Yeah, but I mean, you came for awakening because the soul is able to sense that this I cannot do myself. No? And awakening cannot be done, but it does happen when we are together. No? So when what happens here is awakening actually as the highest potential and possibility for those who are ready. No? You will not be doing so much. I will not be doing so much, but just just by being, living the truth of life, awakening happens in another soul. No, this is what is happening. You will not have you cannot quantify the that takeaway from here, but you are able to sense it clearly. Like yeah, I will come back next time. Like you are able to sense clearly. Yes, I will come back. Thank you. I'm very, very happy to meet a being like you. Thank you, beloved. Because this also brings certain very deep contentment in my soul. Thank you. It's very good. Samya, you want to say something?
Hi, Rajee.
Hello.
Hope my connection is good.
It's fine.
Okay. Okay. I don't know how to start again.
When we want to talk to a person, to the word, to the activities, through the person, through the sense of self, no, then we can pick up a topic which is favorite or which is, possible, let's say, to be converse with other people, no, like this. But when we want to start a conversation with God, then we can start with prayer, no, prayer. That, oh, beloved, I'm just here. I'm having a sense of gratitude, a sense of thankfulness that I don't really know myself separate from you, but I feel you, and I feel you because of you, because of your blessing on me, that I can feel you. And as soon as you will start the conversation in the form of a prayer, this conversation will go very deep now. Now the one who exists will talk to you and will show you that you are not separate from it. You see? So when you feel confused, you can start with the prayer. No?
Thank you. Thank you so much. I feel like there is two parts, and by prayer you just remind me that it's all for God and it's God, and the other things like lose their importance. But at the same time, there's another part which I need to bring my misunderstandings and I need clarification and light. So I don't know which part to go now. This is the
it depends on you, no? Like you need to find out that which is more strong in you and which is more weak in you. Like both are there in every one of us for some time. One part is the mind part, you can say, where stable understandings can happen and we can access continuous joy from here. We can access the truth of who we are from here. We can touch or feel the presence of God sometime inside us also from here. But primarily that will be our place of being. That will be our home. Or our heart, where continuous joy is there, can be our home. And from here we may try to correct the misunderstanding. Misunderstandings are like a limited capacities or capabilities to meet life, to interact with people and everything like this. but that we will do primarily from here, not from there. No? So these are the two way of living life, not really like two different kind of self there are inside us. No? Like a fundamental choice that can I allow myself to be continuously joyful before I solve any problems of my life, or I will allow myself to be continuously joyful only after solving all the problems of my life. Those people who choose in the second option, that let me solve all of my problems of my life first before being joyful or allowing myself to live the joy, continuous joy which is in me, they actually never could live the continuous joy. Because the problems of our life, which are like just fixed in numbers, are not really fixed.
Thank you. I just started to cry. I felt so touched. Maybe I just realized something. First, I wanna share also that I came from Rumi just yesterday, and yeah, it's just love, and yeah.
In this love which you are also referring to Rumi also, this love is very different. Like in this love, words are used, but they don't change the love that we experience just because we change the words. No, they are just more of a expression. Like you have something in your pockets and you just throwing it out because you are very joyful. But those things which you are throwing out of joy are not really enabling you or making you more joyful in a way, like this. So words are very, very secondary here in this love. That sense of unity is primary. So either we can feel that sense of separateness and the pain of that separation, which basically is cause of all the suffering in the soul, or we can feel the unity which we are feeling here. And this unity brings back that sense of trust. This unity brings back that fearlessness of the soul also. Because the soul is continuously living in the fear, in this sense of separateness. And then when the soul goes too much in the mind, then it starts believing things also. That I am a person, then I am afraid because of this and because of that. No. Those things can still continue. Let's say for some time they may be imbalanced, and yet the soul can be free from fear and back to the unity and blissfulness of the soul.
So thank you. You helped me a lot while speaking, and I became more clear that what I want to bring, especially after living such a powerful, strong way, whatever it is, just meeting with God, being with God. Even this verse feels so dry, but you know what I mean. And like it turned out like every day I just want to be in this feeling. And actually God blessed me that every day I can find this kind of meeting where I stay, where I live. And as if like I fill my days every day with spiritual gatherings and every day just with this thing. And I'm so happy actually with this. It just flows with me. It just works. Than what I want to bring now. Yeah. Maybe what I was confused is that again I want to. It doesn't feel so important now what I want to be because it feels like sorry. Just give me a second time again. I'm not so clear.
It's fine. Yeah.
Thank you.
It is very natural to feel that I'm not clear about things. But still it is possible to hold on to some fundamentals, something very important also. Like when we are living in the unity with the source, with the soul, supreme soul, even for some moments, our confusions, doubts and everything disappears actually. We feel like, what should I discuss now? What to talk about? No. But then we come back also in a way. And that's where we can hold on to something fundamental which is common in both the places. Like, are you not having the joy of drinking the presence of truth while still having the thirst for drinking more? Don't you have this here? Even when you are drinking the truth, you have this thirst alive in you. And this same thirst is alive in you when you are not drinking the presence of truth. So, if you hold on to this thirst when not drinking the presence of truth, you will not be lost in the mind, in the world, in the ego, in the dream, no? Like this. So, this is one of the key to not go astray. Because as soon as the soul has tasted the presence of truth enough, it as if goes back to the old model where it feels like I'm safe now. And actually it is not. And then that's why it goes back into that sense of person, sense of individual, sense of doer again. In that dream again. When we are in the dream, there are two basic methods that were found so far to keep ourselves safe from the dream, to be not lost in the dream too much or not attach ourselves to the dream too much. One is the self-inquiry, to keep checking who I am right now, who want to do this, do that, who is confused, who is suffering. No. Another is meditation. Meditation is a way of for the soul to not move, just not move, don't do anything. When you don't do anything, you will not be mixed with the dream. No? You will be safe from the dream. Because dream is not the activity, dream is the projection onto that activity and then that life which we live. That projection can be broken or can be removed from the very core of it, from the very foundation, roots of it, by either questioning who I am or sitting quietly and not doing anything. These are the two key points also. Like we will continue doing practical life activities, but our life can revolve around the fundamental meditation now. Like that will be primary, everything will be secondary now. Like it can be like this, and then the dream cannot touch us so much. Just felt like sharing in case it will help you in some way.
Maybe what I'm asking for help and clarity is that I'm not so clear that, yes, like I always want to be in spiritual gathering and just flow in my way, and it works. I'm just so happy that just God allows me for all this. Yet at the same time, one part of me wants to work. I mean, I don't want to say that I want to work. I'm so happy with the way my life is. Of course, like I need finance and all these things. Of course, I need it. I need this. So I still could not figure out this part. And of course, like the pressure that I feel from my family, they are not just like, oh, just live your life, be with God, and we will just support you. Of course, they're not like this. So this pressure, I don't wanna feel this pressure, and also I just want to be supported financially. So I have this struggle and I still could not find a solution to this. And why I don't want to work is that this is what maybe I want to bring this to you. I feel like when I go to spiritual places, even like holy places, I feel like without doing anything, I just merge with God. But when I work, because it's worldly thing, you know, like what I do, what I can do, and even when I do spiritual works, like I chant mantra or even play a bhajan while I work somewhere, I feel like no matter what I do, there is this separation, and to just be in worldly vibration happens. Whatever I do, I saw that it just happens and it has results. And I try to save myself from this. So really, I need clarification and help about this. And yeah, I'm open whatever you feel to say,
Understand? Yeah.
because the experience.
So what has happened, what we calling ego state, is where the soul has lost itself into the dream. You know, this is what has happened. Like soul has forgotten that I am a soul. You know, this is what generally we can say. So now the thoughts are deciding what we will think. Feelings are deciding what we will feel. A kind of egoic, flow is deciding what we will do, what we will be interested in today or not. You know? Soul has to get itself back. How soul gets itself back? Primarily, soul gets itself back through devotion. But devotion is difficult because here we don't have taste of God right now. It is all just ego. No? Then seva, selfless service helps. But selflessness itself is difficult when we are caught up in the ego. All is selfish, no? Then sadhana helps, for example. So the essence of what I'm trying to say is, if you can understand one single thing, then you can take care of everything. That one single thing is samagrata, totality. Not being total is the way of ego, meaning remaining lost in the dream. It is not important where you are and what you are doing. What is important is that how total, how whole of you, holistically you are there and doing that what you are doing that time. It applies both to the time when you are meeting God, merging with God in the holy places, and also when you are in the office and doing your office work. It really is like this, because they both are apparently separate from each other, but carrying one common element, that is ego in us, that dream in us. So holy place is for sure, like waking you up more and, bringing that touch of God. But at the same time, it is also carrying that ego. If you can be more total in the holy place where at that time when you are, you will withdraw yourself from the ego that time and will attend the presence of God here more deeply. And then when life need to take you to the office work, you will be more total in that office work. But total is not like more egoic. Total is more less egoic. Like you will be able to do the task better. You will be able to be more involved in one sense in doing the things, and yet you will be less touched. Like the residues of what you will be doing will be less and less. Our problem with the working with the office work or any work is that it leaves residues inside us. No? Like it leaves residues which we don't like a stickiness, or it keeps us into sort of a circle also. That now we find it difficult to get out of it into the unity, into the taste of God, the taste of being. No? So this samagrata will take care of both. Try to understand the fundamental understandings of great beings. No? Like one Zen master came to Papaji. No? It is a very famous story about Papaji. And they were drinking something, and the Zen monk said, "I drink when I drink." Papaji said, "I don't drink when I don't drink." No? Please understand this. This is the way of the soul, and this is the way to freedom. All other ways are way of ego, and they are way towards bondage. Even if it appears like, okay, I'm meeting God now, even then there is a seed of ego here and going to cause bondage. God is everywhere. God is in everything. When are you going to meet that God who is in everything and everywhere? No? You see my point? And if God is everywhere in everything, is God not in you? When are you going to meet that God which is in you? You see? So that samagrata is actually a fundamental approach. Everybody will have to come to it slowly or quickly. The faster you understand the importance of it, the more quickly you will come to it. Because that's the way of the soul to do things, no? Like if you, the soul, discover who you are and continue living in the truth of who you are, you will start doing things in the way of the soul. Or if you start doing things in the way of the soul, you will start waking up to the truth of who you are or not. Samagrata is that way of soul, and you start doing things in the way of the soul. You see? And then you, for sure, and many in this group have started waking up because of that. You know, because they kind of could understand that, yeah, not doing things in the way of totality is wasting time and energy, and that makes no sense. You know, like trying to do something while trying not to do also makes no sense. You know, either do or don't. You know, like this. Like either be here or don't. You know, like being here but kind of remaining aloof from it. Like I'm kind of spatial state. No, why you are here then? No, if you wanted to remain in this spatial state. No, you see my point. This spatial state is the state of ego. In this spatial state, many things happen. Some look like this is the state of the self. Some look like this is the state of ego. None of them are real state. The true state of the being is very different. You cannot enter into your true state. You cannot get out of it. You can only realize. You can only wake up, no? Like this. So wake up like this, please. Samagrata is one of the way where everything of your life will become sadhana, will support your awakening and will cause awakening also continuously.
Maybe unknowingly, probably unknowingly, I just took so many concepts and made distinctions like holy place, this, and I became more and more, because you are talking about even today with Mila, how important body is, how important to take care of energies. And even though while things became more simple and more natural, more and more, at the same time, one part of me became more and more try to control every single detail. So, yeah, that's why it's, as you said in the beginning, the soul has fears and it tries to control every single detail to just...
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
I understand this, yeah. But if you the soul continue living in that state, it's going to take very, very long time to realize the mistake. If you come in touch with the continuous joy in your heart, if you adopt the way of totality, way of samagrata, very quickly you will see the mistake. While you, the soul, remaining divided, and because of this weak, you are trying to make everything weaker than you, so that you don't feel threatened by it. No? If you do not remain divided, you will get back that natural strength of your soul, in front of which you will not have to make anything smaller than you, and yet everything will become smaller than you. No? So this is what you will get. You will get the strength of your soul through samagrata, or by remaining in the heart of yourself also. No? This is what you will get. You will not get the change in your life. That you will do later, if you want to. You will get freedom from fear from problems, from the suffering, like pain and all of that. Like this. This is my outlook towards it. See if it works for you.
I need to listen this.
Yeah.
this
Yes, yeah. Yes,
feature.
yes.
But one more thing I want to add, like a prayer. Before me, Anna came and she mentioned about like this um, uh, this joy, and never became tired. So actually, one part of me always feels drained. Always, always feel drained. And also, it's not true as well. Like in spiritual gatherings, I feel just anyway. It's still not so clear. But my prayer is that I wanna feel that joy more and more. And whatever is draining me, probably they are just concepts. I don't know. I really don't know. But I just want to invite God to make things more clear within me and just make me available to being not tired state, which I hear from Anna. And yeah, wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, without make distinctions, this is worth it. Yeah, I just want God to clear all these things and just to live this joy more and more and more. So,
Oh,
this,
very, very nice. Let it be so. Let it be so. Let it be so. Yeah. In the end, I just quickly want to share something. Then we end this meeting now. We may think that in this state, Samya, where you are praying, that we may think that I need to hold on to the joy better so that it doesn't drain out of me, so that I can continue experiencing it. No, it's a misunderstanding actually. We will experience joy continuously when we will stop holding on to it or trying to hold on to it. So we need to learn to somehow transcend our egoic approach towards life. That's all we need to do. Just one single thing we have to do. We have to learn to transcend our egoic approach towards life, which is trying to hold on to things, grab things, take home. Where we take anything, who we are, who takes it, who experiences it, who experiences joy. If it is not the soul who is experiencing joy in the heart, you will not be able to continuously experience it. And if it is the soul experiencing joy in the heart, it can never stop experiencing it also. Because the joy is all the time accessible and available to the soul in the heart. No? So it's a very strange kind of thing what we call sadhana. Sadhana, satsang, all of this, especially sadhana, is a very strange kind of thing. It is not really so that we can create something, attain something, hold on to something. No, so that we can give up our wrong way of approaching life. Mainly. Then everything is already here. No? When you don't when you don't feel like experiencing anything particularly, when you are in the free state, no? When you are in the free state, in the right state of being, true state of being, then when you are not trying to hold on to anything, then you are experiencing yourself. This silent, peaceful joy and truth of your being. Like when you are not in the mood to look at anything, then you are experiencing naturally the truth of who you are. There is absolutely no effort in experiencing the truth of who we are here. The being who is present and being experienced and who is experiencing it, both are absolutely effortlessly here. Because both are one thing. And still the experiencing or the awareness of the being is happening. And when the being is in the mood to move, to explore, to see, to look at body, mind like this, it is knowing itself through the body, through the mind, through the feeling, through everything. No? So this is what is the true state of being. We need to come to the true state of being. Then we don't need to seek for joy, and before that we cannot hold on to joy, howsoever hard we try. No. Please understand this, everyone. So let us invest in gold. No, spiritual gold. No, this is spiritual gold. Awakening is that spiritual gold, no, or diamond. No, let invest in spiritual diamond. No, awakening is the spiritual diamond. No. So what I'm trying to say is that if you, the experiencer, is not divided, there is no way you can lose joy, or there is no way that you need to seek joy. And if you, the experiencer, is divided, divided means you have holes in you, there is no way you can contain anything forever. Even if you are filled with the joy, with the light of truth in satsang, you will not be able to maintain it, contain it. No. So it is not the problem with the experience, it is the state of the experiencer that need to be corrected. No? And in the right state, when you have come to this totality, samagrata, no? You just have a cup of tea and see the miracle of life. You will feel actually that all that which I was searching for anywhere and everywhere, it was just right inside me. It was inside my own soul. No, all that which I was searching for, all the beauty, all the joy, was inside my own soul, in the experiencer. It was in the experiencer. You know. बाहर के पट बंद कर ले, भीतर के पट खोल रे, तो को पिया मिलेंगे. Kabir says like this. Close your outer doors, no, and open your inner door. You will meet the beloved. Outer door means looking out. Inner doors means looking in. No? Looking in is what is self-awareness. No? Self-awareness is looking in. No? And we meet the beloved here. We meet the Lord here also. You know. So with this, I take your leave now. Thank you for joining today.